Hi, I'm Leatitia. I am your happy brain coach, your yoga instructor, and your breathing instructor. Here, I wanted to share with you my motivation on why we're doing what we do, and that is also my own experience. I must say, I'm not a nutritionist, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a neurologist, nor am I a monk. But I am a girl with a story. And most important, I am a woman on a mission. I really want to try help people through love, joy, and health. I believe it is possible. I've seen it is possible. So here's my story. I used to be an independent hairdresser with my own business, and next to that, I was a photographer in my free time. I just wanted to make people feel good and beautiful because I really deserve that. That is what we deserve. But in the process, I was forgetting to make myself feel good and beautiful. Then I became very sick for, I think, more than 4 years, searching from doctor to doctor, which is already a battle itself. First, they didn't believe me. They said I was too young. And then they did, since it only got worse. But they didn't find anything. But I do not blame them. I am very grateful that they eventually did the search and they did everything they could with the knowledge they possessed. But I used to think very different. I went through periods that I felt so alone, so physically exhausted and in pain, one infection after the other, crying almost each day. My list of physical problems was so long that I will spare you the details. Trust me, it is really not that pretty. Whether I got sick due to stress or not, how will you know? And is it even important? I personally think that mental and physical illness go hand in hand, even if we do not like to admit it at times, including myself. I didn't want to admit that for a very long time. And there's no need to hide it, actually. It's not something to be ashamed of. But I understand why people are ashamed of it, because I used to be also ashamed of it. I got so physically ill that I started to really also hate my job. And if I'm very honest, it was a job I started off loving from the bottom of my heart. And if you start to hate a job that was so strongly in your heart, you kind of just lose yourself. So it's no wonder that I got mental problems as well. Especially because I used to ignore all of them instead of listening to my body and my mind. I also even had to forgive myself for all this. But then the lockdowns hit. I had to self-isolate from my man, my family, and that were actually the people who kept me upright. That was the worst, but eventually the best thing that could happen to me. I started the first lockdown off with severe panic attacks above all the other physical problems, who were on their worst at that moment. I must add, I am deeply grateful for the people who have always been there for me, especially my friends, my family, my mom, my dad, my sister, and above all, my man. Trust me, that man deserves a golden crown. And these things eventually led me to some insights in myself. And I certainly realized in this whole process, I had just lost myself mentally as well. It wasn't only a physical problem anymore, it was also a mental problem. And then it got so worse actually, like I really snapped. I just couldn't recognize myself anymore, and I snapped so hard that I started thinking like, what? What is this? Who is this? This is not me. This cannot be the way it is meant to be. This cannot be the way life should be. And it was really weird. It was really like something snapped inside of me, and it was like, okay, come on, girl, what you're gonna do about this? Let's reverse this. So I started searching. I decided I would stop waiting for answers or solutions, and I would start creating them. Then I started searching for people with the same kind of conditions, and I just thought, like, yeah, if those people can do it, then I should be able to do it as well. So I went all in. Everything any kind of people did of self-healing, I thought, well, let's just do it all and let's see what happens, and if it works, if they can do it, I can do it as well. And I must say, I'm just so grateful for all the knowledge that's out there. Especially, I'm so grateful for all the people who put their story out there, because those stories just gave me hope and courage. And it is also my hope that my story can give other people also hope and courage to speak forward and heal themselves. So I went all in on the meditation and the self-care. I changed my diet. I started doing yoga. I started reading, like reading a lot. I still read a lot. I love reading. I started listening to podcasts. I became kind of obsessed with the whole self-healing journey. And I wanted to understand also just how it works. How does this all work? And I still do. Actually, I've just become so much in love with science, like really hugely in love. And that also have led me to become a lifelong learner, which I'm honestly kind of proud of, because I used to hate learning and now I'm just obsessed with learning. It's like I can't explain it in any other way than it's like I woke up to a different reality. A reality where I am deeply grateful for. And in just a few months, like 3 to 4 months, I was reborn into a better, healthier, a stronger version of myself. It was like, weirdly enough, I was more than ever able to be myself. There was no need for me to suffer anymore. There was no need for me to take 12 pills a day and have three injections a week. And now I just know better than I used to do during that period. It was awful, but I am, weirdly enough, very grateful for it. If I hadn't gone through all this, I wouldn't have become the person I am today, and I wouldn't have started Monkey. And I would not have the privilege to share all this knowledge with you. Nowadays, I know so much better than the things I was thinking during that awful period. But that period I am eventually very grateful for. And I just really know in my heart that there is no need to suffer that much for people. We just need to learn how we can self-regulate and how we can stop our own suffering, whether it is physical or mental. It is really my mission, and it is really my hope that people can learn to understand and apply this to their life by giving them the tools and the guidance. We all deserve a happy, joyous, healthy life where we get to enjoy our life with our fullest potential. Science and the spiritual wisdom of mindfulness have finally met the last few years, leading to astonishing wisdom and enormous new insights on the body and the mind, and especially on the self-healing capabilities we have. This knowledge goes around actually for thousands of years. How long, nobody knows exactly. But for me, meditation was one of the most powerful, precious, and most beautiful moments. Next to spending time with my loved ones, of course, and my family and my friends, it is meditation that has opened up new possibilities for me. And I have a little fun fact already for you. Did you know that according to science, in 2012, the luckiest man alive was Mathieu Ricard, according to science? He got the title of happiest man alive. Isn't that beautiful? So why the brain of the 66-year-old produced an enormous amount of gamma waves? And the gamma waves, these are connected to consciousness, attention, learning ability, and memory, which you will learn all about in this course. We want to show you that mindfulness, meditation, breathing practices, and all those things linked to this mindfulness thought are not just reserved for ancient yogis alone or the lucky few. We want to show you that this can become something normal in every household, and that this is actually just very much fun. Just like we take some time to cook or to do sports, we could learn to take some time to clear our mind and clear our body. There is no need for so much suffering. I really believe that. We want to help people to break free from these limiting beliefs so we will be able to learn to enjoy our fullest and happiest potential with our fullest potential. I look forward to sharing all of this with you. This was my story, and I see you soon in this course with your happy brain coach, Leatitia, and your yoga instructor and breathing instructor. So happy that you are enrolling in this course. I'm so grateful. Thank you very much.